Hey Aussie gamers and honorary Aussie gamers from around the world, welcome to episode 71. Today is Thursday the 2nd of April 2015 and you're listening to the Aussie Gamers Express podcast, the podcast that doesn't have Tourette's. Ah, fuck it! We're just Australian. I'm your host LewkOne, and joining me as usual is my good friend Thorncliff. How are you, mate?
Pretty fucking good.
Also joining us is our other great friend, Red. How are you?
Good.
I was just thinking after that intro then, I probably should have told the people in my household right now that I was doing that.
It was perfect.
They may be thinking what's going on. They probably think my computer just blew up.
No, they should be used to it after Bloodborne.
Oh, he must be playing Bloodborne in his computer room now. Oh dear, before we start, let's get this week's show in preview. First off, we'll have Game Talk as usual. After that, we'll go into the news. And in this week's news, we're going to have PlayStation Plus free games for April, Trials Fusion, the final DLC, some news on Zombi U 2, The Witcher 3 specs, the Swatting Arrest, EB Games Expo for 2015, and kids and adult games. After that, What's That Sound? And we'll bring the show home for another week. Okay, Red, tell us about your week of gaming.
Well, we should get the formalities out of the way first. I played Donald Bradman cricket. Done.
Right. What we'll do, just for the rest of this year, instead of you telling us that every week, I'll just cut that part out of the podcast from last week and paste it in, so next week you won't have to do it.
Thanks, man. No, it's something you don't quite finish, I don't think. I dabbled around on the first level of Sherlock, Holmes, Crime and Punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a true next-gen title, even though it's probably been bought across from PS3 or whatnot. But when you get the cutscenes and because obviously it's all about deduction and reading people's bloody body language and whatnot, it's actually quite convincing. And yeah, I can often tell, well, my yardstick to a good game graphically is all in the eyes. You know, how good do the eyeballs look and the skin and whatnot on the face, and it comes up all right. Comes up quite well actually, and yeah, the game itself is it's not too shabby. I'm not too far in, so we'll have a look at that, because my life has been dominated since Tuesday by
Can
yarn.
I just ask a quick question with this Sherlock Holmes? Is it got a feel of like LA Noire to it?
Oh, funny you should say that. If I had to say yes or no, it would be yes, because you have your clues, and your clues, if you can line up your two clues together, you can make a deduction, which then gives you another clue or a hint in the right direction. So without the whole, that's like kind of taking the interrogation part from LA Noire and the clue finding. And yeah, instead of actually interrogating someone, you just deduce, and being the persona of Sherlock Holmes, you're always right, so you tend to be right if you get the deductions correctly. So
is it set in the period of Sherlock Holmes, or is it like a present day kind of thing?
No, it's got a 70s, 80s feel to it. You know, like the old Scotland Yard and the audibles, like the old ringing telephones and the hats and the clothing. It gives me a feel of being around the 80s.
Okay.
So yeah,
overall, from what you've played of it, that's worth for, what is it, $18 or something at the moment?
Yeah, get on it if you like those sorts of games. It's a little bit more than a point and click. Like, you do control him, and you've got like a vision mode where you can search for clues, sorts of thing, but it doesn't really jump out at you, and you got to ask the right question. So if you're a fan of that and making decisions for yourself and trying to solve a crime without too much of a leg up, yeah, strongly recommended. I love the whole Sherlock Holmes sort of genre. You know, the subject matter really resonates with me because I've liked all the TV shows and Robert Downey Jr.'s movies and everything like that. So, yeah, if you're a fan of that, it's definitely worth $18. So there's a platinum there, which is quite easily obtained from what I've read without going into a guide or anything like that, because I want to play it through myself first and test the wits. It's pointless getting a game like that you use your mind to try and solve a problem and just have a bit of text tell you what you should and shouldn't do. So I may go back and use the guide to tidy up. But yeah.
All right, just one last one. Have you played this, Luke, at all?
No.
No? Okay. Like, we've talked before about Murdered Soul Suspect and having a laugh at it, and there's no real enemies except for the one spirit that's pretty easily killed in that. Is this Sherlock game, is it more about the solving the crimes and the investigation, or do you have, like, enemies as well?
Solving the crime. Yeah, it's post-action by the whole looks of things.
All right, so it is more along the lines of, say, Murdered Soul Suspect.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but look, I'm only going to make an assumption here because I haven't played this one, but I dare say that this Sherlock Holmes game is going to have a little bit more in-depth puzzles. Whereas that was my argument with Murdered Soul Suspect, is that there was no enemies and the puzzles were shit. There were
if you got
everything sticks out like dog's balls as well. Like you say, you're walking along and there's like this big, bright beacon coming down from the sky, and that's like a collectible.
Yeah, no, this is a little bit more in the fashion of Sherlock Holmes. You actually have to work it out for yourself, and you have eight or nine clues there, but you've got to put this clue justifies this clue, and the outcome is a savvy deduction by Sherlock, which sends you off in a possible correct direction.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's because Souls, you could, when you had all those, like the pieces of paper, like the jigsaw sort of thing, if you got it wrong, if you lined up two clues that are wrong, it'll just turn red and eliminate it, and then you just got to guess again.
Yeah.
You know, you could just go from left to right.
Yeah, there was no consequence.
No, there was no consequence of getting it wrong. Here, you get the case wrong. Start again.
Yeah, well, that was what it was like with L.A. Noire as well. You kind of, if you guessed wrong, then there'd be a consequence for it, you know.
Yeah, well, the element of deduction is really cool because, like, you'll look at something and you'll see, not to give this no spoilers really, it's from the first case, you'll look at a bookshelf and there's no dust there, but there's dust around all the other books and everything like that. Well, what was there? And you can deduce from the size of what it was and make a valid assumption. Well, the character will himself make a valid deduction, and then you go looking for that clue. And and you've got to get a read on people, which is really cool because it is a trophy, which has got nothing to do with it, but you've got like a character log where you log everyone that you meet, but you have to run through and like this woman had a set of rosemary beads on and a cross hanging around her neck and whatnot. So you deduce from there that this woman had done a sabbatical or whatnot, taken part in a homage or whatnot to the church. So you could kind of get a feel for her background, and then you question her about it, and she affirms it, and then you get a complete bio. Well, not a complete bio. It's not like when she loses her virginity or anything like that, but you get a bio of the character in your log. So, yeah, there's a lot of character building in it, which is really cool. But unlike Murdered or Soul Suspect, that told a good story. I think that was probably its only saving grace. Straight off the bat, this is telling a story straight away. It's, really cool. So at $17, because I think regular retail's around the $70 mark. Jump on it now. Get it before the sale changes.
Or get in quick if you don't want to buy it, and just get it on the PS3, which is free for the PS Plus this month.
Yes.
That's if you want to go back to last gen. So
yeah, through habit, I've purchased it in my list, so I can go and download it at any time. But then a good friend of mine, like, I feel like such a scab lately. People are going, hey, Red, have a game. Hey, Red, have a game. Weeks he bought it for me. I was out cooking him lunch, and he was in here. I thought he was playing some Bloodborne on my PlayStation because he came over on the Sunday so I could install the update file. So I was ready to go just prior to the Cricket World Cup final. And then So everything, I cooked him some lunch and we sat down and watched cricket and he went home. And then later on in the night, we're on the PlayStation. He goes, "Oh, you'll have to tell me how Sherlock goes, Red." And I went, "Oh, yeah, I'll kick the old PS3 in the guts and find out whether I want to try and get some money off the missus for it." But he goes, "Oh, no, just go to your download list." Oh, fuck. Okay. So, yeah. So, lo and behold, I got Sherlock. And then 2 days later, the postie drops in. And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, boy." Because our fearless leader here made sure I didn't go without the #1 exclusive on the PS4 to date. And I installed Bloodborne. Oh, I didn't install it. It was done. We just got through that. And ever since then, there's been one rage fit after another with just a little taste of success in between. And those little bits of success keeps you going.
Make it all worth it. Yeah.
Well, so did I really do a nice thing for you, or did I do a horrible thing?
I don't know. How fucking early do you want to cut my lifespan, bro? I've got a trigger now. I was explaining to you earlier, Luke. I've got a trigger when I know it's either A, smoke time, or B, fucking enough's enough. If I die with a massive amount of blood echoes, I keep calling them souls. I don't know why. But if I die with a massive amount, and then I'm like, right, that's fucked up, I'll go have a smoke. If I come back and my frame of mind is like, well, I've beaten these guys once, I'll just rush my way through and grab my echoes back, and everything will be fine. If I do get through it and I pick up my echoes, right, I'm good to go for another hour or so. But if I'm rushing around and I just die at a place that I've dominated time after time, she's definitely bedtime. Because, yeah.
That's one thing that destroys me when, like, I was going for the second boss and just kept on going through this one area, and it was one bit that, you walk down a set of stairs and there's these two big ogre guys, and usually shoot one to draw him away, and it's just a quick thing. He lifts his arms up, you shoot him, which stuns him, and then bang, you get him in one go with a finisher move. But if you miss that short little opportunity to stun him, he fucks you up.
That's dead.
And and it's only like probably in real life about 50 meters away back to the spawn point again. But geez, it just destroys you.
You've got to get back there, don't you?
Yeah.
You've got to wait for the load time.
Yeah.
You're gonna laugh.
It takes 5 minutes.
Only last night. This is where I'm 3 bosses in. Only last night I learned how to use my blunderbuss properly. I hadn't been countering anything or parrying attacks. I'd just been walking around with a torch in my hand because I don't want it to be too dark. I've downed 3 bosses. I just took on my 4th just prior to the podcast. Luke said, "Oh, you're going to take him on?" I said, "Oh, shit, it's 1:15. I best be getting to the podcast." He goes, "Oh, no, you got plenty of time to go take him on." So I went and took him on. 3.5 minutes later, "No, I'm dead." Fucking rant, told you I had plenty of time, didn't I? Yeah, so I'm up to the beef curtain bit, so that's to say politically correct, I guess. So yeah, oh man, wow, I love listening to Weeksy rage.
I missed it.
So tell us what happened last night with Weeksy.
He was quite calm last night for a while.
Don't sugarcoat this shit. We missed out, so tell us.
So we're having a bit of to and fro conversation about the chronological order, if you will, or the law order, or what order the bosses are, because we keep referring to them as, boss 1, boss 2, boss 3. And as we know, Luke, you got caught out. You thought you were taking on the first boss, but it was actually the second boss. Scrap that shit out the window. I don't give a shit what order it goes in. I was having a bit of a stream last night, and I figured out that I had to buy this key to get through this gate up near the Cathedral Ward, and it unlocked a whole other area that with some big giant things. The first time I looked at it, I went, fuck, taking screenshots. Because it doesn't pause, obviously, taking screenshots, coming back after saving the screenshot. You are dead. Oh, well, that was a bad idea.
Don't you have the quick screenshot thing on?
Oh, look, there's a quick screenshot thing. No, I don't.
Oh, so when you want to take a screenshot, it goes into the share window thingy?
Yeah. Triangle, yeah.
Oh, fucking change that.
Oh, okay.
You can change it so one press just takes a screenshot. That's it. Keep going.
Oh, cool. Well, hopefully that helps the people out there listening to this as well. I'll go through.
You make it so if you want to go into the share menu, it's a long press.
Oh, cool. That's a nifty thing. Is that since update, or has that always been the case?
Since day one, man.
Noob.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, but I'm a noob as well.
Relatively new since, 2013?
Yeah. Revolution of 10X gaming. We'll get there later. But, so, Weeksy has beaten, I think, 4 or 5 bosses, and he's got his levels up there close to the 40 mark, and he decides to take on this boss called Vicar Amelia, and yeah, you've all been warned. You come across this one, fucking pucker up and get ready for a long fight.
What are you saying? She's a hard boss? Because the other ones were fucking easy.
Piece of piss, bro.
Righto.
But no, you can die in one hit. Literally, if you get in the way of one of her moves, that's gone. You don't even get a chance. But Weeksy goes, oh, right, so I'm ready to take this one on because you got to beat her to get something to progress. Weeksy goes in, dies. Fuck, goes. Oh, I'm like, Weeksy. And then you hear the controller slam. Going for a piss. Radio Weeks. And then he comes back and...
Oh, God, Red.
He went back up the stairs, because I'm a noob again. They go, because I'm fighting my way all the way back up. They go, you can just run past him. I went, oh, okay. So I just ran past him, trying to go back to the boss fight. And then Weeksy loses it. And Laura, his missus in the background going, wait, Zach, I told you not to talk to me while I'm playing this. He's going fucking full-blown retard. No one can say anything. I'm sitting back going, shut up, Red, fuck up, Red. Like, no worries. And then I say, Weeks, you got that stream running still? Yeah, check it out, quick. He's looking, he goes, oh, you're going to die here. And then I beat it. And, no, God, fuck, bed, I'm out of here, fuck, catch ya. And then he just blew his stack, and then Zach Weeks has left the party. I'm like, whoa. And then he actually, correspondence with that, he posted on the page apologising to us in the chat party, but letting everyone know how much of a rage fit he really did have. He's got a dodgy ticket at the best of times. Yeah. This game's going to do him in. Oh, but such a good game. You know, a lot of people, as Luke, you pointed out pretty early in the piece, a lot of people keeps referring to an aspect of Bloodborne to a direct aspect of Dark Souls series. Fair enough, yes, you can do that. But if you find yourself doing that too much, you turn around and go, oh, this game's too easy, or that was too easy, or this is too easy. As soon as you let your guard down, you're dead. Seriously. So it carries on in the same fashion of that. But what I think, personally, is just the scope of the graphics and the sounds and the sound effects and everything it's got. It's almost, well, it is, as far as I'm concerned, stands on its 2 feet as its own original IP. And if you can go into it and appreciate it for that as a Souls fan, then you're going to absolutely love it. But you keep bloody referring to it and thinking back on the experience you've had with Souls, you might get a little bit cheesed with bits and pieces. But I don't understand why you should. You two guys are probably actually a little bit luckier. You're running into Yarnum without any Souls experience. So, A, it's a new genre for you, and B, there's nothing going to disappoint you because it wasn't as hard as the last game. So, yeah, since Tuesday, I've probably piled 25 hours into it, I reckon. Yeah, wow. I've had a couple of late nights.
Fair effort. I'm still up to the second boss. I haven't really gone into it that much because I've been unwell at the start of this week, and I thought I'm not going in and playing this game because it's going to really, really annoy me. It's not a game that you'll want to play when you're not fully into it.
Concentrate. Yeah, you got to be, or you will lose, and you will feel disappointment, and you'll be bitter on yourself. It's like, well, why did you just do that? Why did you just run in? You know, take 30 more seconds. You can go retrieve those 10,000 echoes that you just lost 10 minutes ago, but now you're going to lose 500 as well as those 10,000, and no opportunity to go back and get them. They are gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I am thoroughly in love with it. I haven't had the intense emotions out of a video game for a very, very long time. But finally, I know I've said it a few times about a few games, but it's a true next-gen experience. You know, I'm just wondering if all the Xbox owners feel the same with their experiences with it. Oh, man. But yeah, so this is I've got a thing going up on the page I've come up with last night. If those people listening that interact with on this page, hashtag 3 down at the moment. So every boss I kill, I'm trying to get a little bit of concept art up there, if you will, or a look at the boss in a different light as opposed to in-game footage. So just trying to keep people up to date with where I'm at, and I've had a couple of people jump on and chime in, say hashtag X down, get it happening.
All right. Did you play anything else?
One last thing, I managed to get a platinum in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Nice.
Congratulations.
What was your last trophy?
My last trophy was I had to do the hoverbike section at the very end of the Biolab mission. What a douchey trophy that is.
What do you have to do?
You have to ride your hoverbike through when you go to helicopters and trains and whatnot coming at you without taking any damage from any obstacles or anything. And mind you, yeah, what a bitch.
Oh well.
But yeah,
it's done now.
Is that on any difficulty?
Yeah, it is on any difficulty. I went through and done my Intel run as well as my veteran run in the same one. So then I could just go back on recruit and mop up a couple of trophies that I didn't have. And the one that took the longest, sincerely, was double flip spawn on Exo Survival. That's a long ass period. We done it 3 times. The first time we got to round 47, and that took 2 hours and 8 minutes. Then Nico and I sat down as a duo, and we done it in 1 hour and 40. And then when we ran through it on the next night, on the Tuesday night, with Weeksy to finish him off because we'd already got it, and Bloodborne sitting there, and it's like, come on, Weeks, just 1 hour and a half, you can have your platinum. Job done. So yeah, I've done it 3 times now, and it took a total of 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it's intense, man. It's really full on. And then you got to do a quick one, because after you do that, you unlock the map Riot, which is like a prison. And once you get to round 11 on there, you have the zombie survival level, and that really ties in really well with the manticore virus, or the biological weapon they were talking about in the campaign. It really ties the game right up together, really neat, in a neat package. And I was really thrilled, actually, because this is the first time I'd played the COD campaign. I just went straight to multiplayer, and probably the best Call of Duty campaign. That and Ghosts were really, really good, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And I really recommend those that have only ever played the multiplayer, get amongst the campaign at least once, because it is a lot of fun, and you feel really powerful in the different array of vehicles and everything it gives you. So yeah, really cool. So that's my week.
All right, Sean, give us your week.
I've been playing Hustle Kings on PS4. Damn, that game's addictive.
Oh yeah.
For a pool game, you know, it's just one of those that you could sit down and you've got 5 or 10 minutes to go. I'll have a couple of games of this, and yeah, it's really cool. Looks really nice, and yeah, been playing a bit of that. Bloodborne. I'm
What's
up to
the
the second boss
storyline
now.
How's the storyline in that go?
You play pool.
Better than Destiny.
Yeah, probably.
You got to get the rainbow ball in.
Yeah.
Nice. That's the Rainbow Balls DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, Bloodborne up to the second boss. Been doing a little bit of farming and stuff like that, just running around. I've
just the usual
tried the
carrots and lettuce, or what?
Yeah. I'm getting screwed by them, as Bloodborne will do to you. Up to the second boss. Tried him a few times. He's just difficult. I really don't know though the full strategy to take into him. I've gotten him down to about down to about a quarter of his health, and then apparently he morphs, but I haven't seen that yet. But yeah, I'll be getting more into that this week. Ninjargo on the Vita, so Ronin.
Shadow of Ronin?
Shadow of Ronin. Yeah, so I've done 6 areas in that. So out of the 8, it's really cool. I'm really enjoying the way that it's set out. As you said, Lucas, it's more of a open world Lego title now, and it's good fun. It's Lego. It's got a good story behind it. I've actually watched 1 or 2 of the episodes of Ninjago now, so yeah. And the other thing is I've got the Netflix now all signed up and going. I think we talked about it a little bit last week, but having this on the PS4, it is awesome. I'm really enjoying it. Have you both got that?
Yeah, I got it. Yep.
Yeah.
No, not
so
yet.
yeah, it streams beautifully, 1080p, and it's just really good. Great app. Shit's all over the Foxtel app that I had before. I tried using that and watching an episode of Game of Thrones last year on that through the Foxtel. It was just rubbish. It was grainy. It looked like it was about 400p. It was just terrible.
Yeah, it's not very good, is it?
No. And it was the same on the iPad as well, whereas I've gotten the Netflix on the iPad as well as on the PS4, and it streams beautifully. I can't fault it, and the great range of shows and all that kind of stuff they got on it. It's really good. Well worth I think you get the base package for $8.99, but you pay an extra $2 or $3 and get it for $12 on 2 screens and in HD. Well worth it. Once they start bringing out more content, which they will after the first month is up on it, it's going to be a hell of a lot better. And yeah, but still, now as it lies, it's still got a lot of great stuff on it.
Where'd you hear that they're going to put a lot more content after the first month?
I've just, through reading different things online, they said that there's more content becoming available in Australia for it, because America's got heaps and heaps more stuff through their Netflix.
Do you think they're holding back on the first month because that's all free?
Yeah, probably, yes.
And then
have a taste.
After the first month is when you actually start paying, when they're going to actually give you the goods.
Yeah. Well, Netflix in America and that, they've got Game of Thrones and Walking Dead and all those kind of things. It's just a lot of the shows that are out here at the moment are tied up in contracts with people like Foxtel
how does
or
that work?
Stan or...
Well, how does that work? How does Netflix have the rights to the HBO shows when there's an app called HBO Go?
I think because Netflix has been around a lot longer than HBO Go has.
No, but those shows are HBO television shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume, I understand what you're asking. I assume it'd be in the same vein as like Foxtel. They have a timed contract to have Game of Thrones and stuff like that. I'd say Netflix has signed one of those over there as well.
So they've probably got all the seasons, but just not the current one.
Yeah, that could be quite possible as well. Yeah, you got to log on to HBO to get stuff live, but say when season 4 come out, then season 3 become available on Netflix.
Yeah, that's probably it.
They're double dipping, and so they should. Good show.
Yeah, that's about my week. So, Bloodborne and Ninjago. Put a bit of time into those games. Yeah.
All right, my week's going to be nice and quick because I've been at work all week, which is a very strange thing for me. It's taken it out of me, so I haven't played many games. What is this work business? I played very little Bloodborne over the last week, but I played it a fair bit today. I managed to knock out the... What's it called? The beef curtains guy.
Blood Hungry Beast?
Blood Hungry Beast. I managed to beat that beast this morning. So it was probably about 6:30 in the morning because I woke up because I've been working 12-hour days. I've been getting home really tired and going to sleep early, and I fell asleep last night. So I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, and what better to do at 6 o'clock in the morning than boot up Bloodborne? So I played that this morning and beat the third.
Nice and fresh.
Yeah, that's it. My third boss, and played it a bit today, discovered some new areas, enjoying all that. And I come across my fourth boss, which is the Dark Beast Parl, if that's how you say it, P-A-A-R-L. And he's like all electrical and stuff. He's hard.
Can I quickly interject?
No.
We were trying for probably about 20 minutes to get a bit of co-op action happening.
Yeah.
But I really want to give a shout out on here. I know I've said it over and over again, but you were able to run through your game, and while we were conversing, and you ran me through a whole section, a whole area, and heads up here, red, heads up here, red, oh, you're going to run into this here, here, and here. And you were a real enabler. Not only do I have the game here, because of you, I've also up to the boss because of you. You walked me through it. So it was basically co-op without you hacking the shit out of anything.
That's what it was, yeah. We couldn't get the co-op to work because it's a very frustrating thing. It's a good idea that doesn't quite work properly, but yeah, because I've run through that area 1,000 times, it's the old Yarnum area, if anyone played it and knows what I'm talking about. I've played through that area quite a bit because it's a good farming run, and I know it almost like the back of my hand. I did have to go through it in real time, but yeah. So essentially, Red and I played that level co-op, but not in the same game. So we'll both trekking through the same area, and because I knew all the tricks and all that sort of stuff, I was telling Red, right, go through this door, walk a few steps towards the enemies there, then quickly turn around because there'll be a guy behind you and take him out first, blah, blah, blah. And we went through it there and got you through. That was cool.
Yeah.
So,
thank you.
Where there's a will, there's a way. You're welcome. That was good fun, actually. Next best thing to actually playing in the game together. But yeah, look, as I said, not too much for me. I played a little bit of Trolls Fusion last night before I went to bed. The new DLC's out. We'll talk about that a bit in the news. But I gave a couple of the tracks on that one, and that was quite enjoyable. I look forward to playing the rest of them. But that's about my week. The rest of it has been earning coin to buy games.
Yeah, stand by for next week's podcast.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more for me to say next week, definitely.
Can I just add a little correction to something I was saying just before?
Sure.
The HBO shows like Game of Thrones isn't on Netflix in the US.
Meh.
Yeah, so...
I was correct, was I?
Yes, you were. I was wrong.
Oh, that...
Because it apparently... The Netflix put in a big bid to have it on there, but it devalues the HBO, so...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, would.
I won't celebrate being right because it's starting to get boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken about that.
Oh, dear. All right, well, that's our week. That's our game talk. Let's get into the news. Right, first up in the news, we've got PlayStation Plus free games for April. It's Thursday today. It's the first Thursday of the month. Is that? I haven't checked. That doesn't mean the games are out yet, does it?
Not with PSN.
No, so it'll be next week, won't it?
It'll either be next week, yeah.
Should we check?
Date, Tuesday.
Actually, I think I did check.
I can check right now for you if you like.
Have a quick check while I'm talking anyway. But look, yeah, I would dare say that it'll be on the 9th that these games will pop up for free. But firstly, on the PlayStation 4, we're going to have Ryu's Awakening. I don't know what that is. It's like an indie game, of course. Being PlayStation 4, we're not really going to get any AAA games yet. Also, Never Alone. We reviewed that on the podcast. There's also a review video on the YouTube channel. Never Alone is a really cool game. It's the Native American folklore
Eskimos
kind of thing. Yeah, is that politically correct? Eskimos? Is that what they call them?
I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. Is midget politically correct?
Oh, I don't know. Is this podcast correct?
No, we can call them Eskimos if they want. What are we supposed to call them?
Well, they're Alaskans, aren't they? Aren't they? Because it's set in Alaska, isn't it?
Solve it. They're fucking cold.
They're cold. They're cold motherfuckers in the snow, building houses out of snow because that's warmer, apparently.
That's a no to the plus titles being up.
Okay, so it is next week on the 9th. Also, PS4, there's going to be Tower of Guns, which is a game that hasn't been released yet. Neither is RU's Awakening, but that looks weird.
It does, huh?
Yeah, if you can have a look at a video of it, have a look. But strange shit everywhere, bullets going everywhere and falling all over the joint. But anyway, PlayStation 3 will also get RU's Awakening and Dishonored. Now, Dishonored was the title that was the game that caused the late announcement of last month's free games, or the current free games for PS Plus. But yeah, Dishonored has been sorted out and it's on the PS3 now next week. And for PlayStation Vita, this is the one that I'm really impressed with because I want it. Killzone Mercenary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome. Very impressed.
Yeah, that's still quite expensive on the store. I never bought it because it was expensive, and I'm a little bit iffy about an FPS game on a handheld. I did play the multiplayer beta, and it just felt like Call of Duty, which was pretty cool. But yeah, we'll all have that next month, as well as a game called Monster Bug.
Monster Bug or Monster Bag?
Bag, sorry. No, I read that wrong. Monster Bag.
Because that makes more sense.
It does, yeah. I can remove the question mark off the end of Monster Bug because it makes heaps of sense being Monster Bag. It's something about a massive testicle.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're the PlayStation Plus games for April, coming to a PlayStation near you on the 9th of April. Red, give us a news item.
Right, so to quote Zombi U 2 wanted to do co-op survival horror right. They wanted to get it right. So the idea, I'm going to quote here just for a little bit. The idea was that players would have to take divergent paths through levels in order to stay true to the survival aspect of the game. In local co-op, one player would be required to use the Pro Controller and one would use the Wii U pad. But there's a big but. It's been cancelled.
What?
It's not April Fool's either. Yeah, no, dead set. Following the release of Watch Dogs on Wii U in November 2014, Ubisoft decided it will no longer release mature games on Nintendo platforms. Candid.
Fuck off.
No, dead set, brother. Dead set. Sorry.
That's shit. Can we bring it out on the PlayStation?
And call it what? Zombie P2?
Zombie Poo.
Just call it Zombie U, but put a Y and an O.
Yeah, because when I said it before we started the show, you went, "Oh yes!" I'm like, "Oh, I'm not going to emphasise at all."
Ah!
So yeah, you can
It's
thank
one of my top, probably top 5, definitely top 10 zombie games.
Out a fair bit, and I appreciate that.
It was fantastic. It had permadeath.
Yeah, it's another success coming from Watch Dogs. Like that game keeps giving and giving and giving you the fucking shits. Do you know what's salt in the wound, mate? They had the sales up on the PlayStation Store, and you too can get the Season Pass DLC content for Watch Dogs cheap now. They can barely basically give it away, and I paid $33 to look pretty.
Is that all there is?
That's all there is. Plus, you know those little VR games and stuff like that where you shoot aliens and shit and take those trips? Yeah, I'll chuck you a few of those because that's going to add content. Fucktards.
Okay. Alright, is that it for fucking Zombie U? That sucks.
Cancel Zombie U 2.
Yeah, not good. Alright, Sean, what do you got?
Aussie Gamers Express hits 3,000 likes on Facebook.
Yeah, boy!
That's news?
Yeah.
It is, man.
Of course it is. That's big news.
Is it big news?
It is. 3,000? That's pretty good.
Woo! Do you want fireworks?
Yeah.
So statistically, for every grenade thrown and missed shot in Call of Duty, you take the square root of that and then times it by pi. That's how many likes we got.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I said something statistically stupid because that's a
So
thing.
technically, 3,059 likes we currently have. That in hours of gameplay each week is...
The statistics.
Great statistics.
Hey, Red, you're good at maths. This shouldn't be too hard for you. Can you double 3,059 for me?
6,118.
118, so 6,118 pairs of legs. Well, this is an assumption, pairs of legs for everyone that likes us, but some people might be...
Tongue.
what do you call
Well, no, not really. That would be legs, not pairs of legs, because it'd actually be 3,059 pairs of legs.
Oh, fuck off. You
This
can
bit's
celebrate...
getting cut out. This bit's getting cut out.
I was going to say, you're going to celebrate because it can't be boring you getting shit right.
But yeah, bottom line is thank you everyone.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you,
everyone.
Luke.
Appreciate for all your support.
Get this ball rolling and we jumped on and now look cool at 3,000 likes. It's awesome.
All right, well, I've got another bit of news here. Trolls Fusion DLC is available now. This is the final DLC, so all of them have been released since the release of the main game. So players that have the season pass or just buy the last one, you can buy it separate if you wish. Will get 10 new tracks, 24 new challenges, 5 trophies, and also new items for the track editor, which you don't bother with unless you've got a brain surgery degree.
Mechanical engineering.
Well, that's it, because it's fucking impossible to do using a controller. If it was on PC,
Yeah.
if you could download just an editor, track editor, to then upload the track that you can play on the PS4 or the Xbox One or whatever, that'd be sick. I would love to do that. But I can't use the DualShock controller in that
Vein. Yeah.
That editor's horrible. So it just goes to show that when people do make awesome tracks, they've done a really good job. Even a simple track where you can at least finish it, that's a task. I struggle putting a start and finish point in the fucking thing.
It's very rigid.
Let alone actually publishing something, because you can't publish a track unless you can finish it. Did you know that?
No.
So if you make a track, but you can't actually get from start to the finish line, you can't publish it. Even if it's possible, but it's just too hard for you. It's a trolling thing. So you can't publish ones that are impossible.
Yeah.
So you actually need to demonstrate that you can do it before you can upload it. There you go. But yeah, so the final DLC is out. So if you've got the disc version of Trolls Fusion, you have all of them available. The season pass comes with the disc version. If you bought the digital edition, you would have to purchase the DLC or the season pass separately, unless you bought the bundle. So there you go. That's it. Sean, what have you got? Oh no, Red, sorry.
Okay, so as everyone knows, CD Projekt Red, the guys behind Witcher 3.
Which is nothing to do with you, is that correct?
Not yet. I'm trying to paint that shit for real.
Nice.
It's not a primary colour or anything. But one of the employees, Damien Monnier, was asked by a fan, should he play on Xbox One or a low-end spec PC? And Monnier turned around and said, resolution-wise only, he'd pick a PC over the Xbox One because The Witcher 3 will render at 1080p on PC and PlayStation 4 and Game Boy Advanced and Super Nintendo and Nokia 3310.
Oh my god.
But we'll run at 900p on Xbox One. And he's quoted, Monnier himself as being quoted to say there is a real visual difference between 900 and 1080. So, yeah, go out and buy a Commodore 64, guys, or 65. Yeah, jump on The Witcher 3. Though they have said here they've added they're going to try and get Witcher 3 to run at 1080p on the Xbox One, but what they require is a software development kit from Microsoft with a DirectX 12, with the version DirectX 12. So, yeah, there you go.
So what they really need is the Xbox 2.
Yeah, the PS Bone.
No wonder we haven't been able to sign up any Microsoft developers.
Because they're hiding in dark corners.
No, because they fucking don't. They're not like, we're not going to fucking sign up with these pricks. They smash us every time. Aussie Gamers Express my ass. PlayStation gamers more like it.
Yeah,
they just need to.
You're a bunch of fanboys, all of yous.
My views and opinions are that of mine alone, and 99% of the gaming population.
Good
Well,
disclaimer.
you know what? If they start proving it to us that they can do it, then we'd have reasons not to back them.
Sean, you and I own one, so we're just waiting.
Yeah.
We're just waiting quietly in the corner.
While playing Bloodborne.
I can't look. Even though I just said that you guys are fanboys, can I just tell you a story about my Xbox One that I had an experience that I had with it last night?
Yes.
I had a USB stick that I was going to play a movie on.
Oh yeah.
And there's a USB port on the side of the Xbox. And I like using my Xbox to. It's got a good media player on it, right?
Yep.
I plugged it in. I turned on the. I tried to turn on the console using my controller, but the controller had gone flat from not being used, just sitting there. So I then had to unplug the USB, so I could then plug the charging cable into the one USB cable on the side. There's more on the back, but I can't get to the back because it's in my cabinet, right?
Yep.
Plug the controller in. So I thought, what I'll do is I'll get the console turned on and start charging the controller. I'll sort the rest out later. Turned it on, and then it came up with a thing saying, "It's time to update." So I turned it off. Do you know what my alternative was?
Putting it in the TV.
I plugged it into the TV. Fuck it. TV doesn't need an update. It probably fucking does need an update with TVs these days. But yeah, so that shit me. Anyway, I did the update today, but I haven't turned it on since. Who's next with news? Red, I think. No, Red, you just did one. No? I'm confused.
Sean's up.
Go, Sean.
EB Expo is coming back this year, October 2 to 4 at Sydney Showground, like last year.
All right. So now we've got a thingy on our page, an event on our page. Join it. Let us know you're coming.
Yep, tickets go on sale April 16. Tickets from $40 for the general admission. Gamer passes for the session is $69, and weekend for $99. So, yeah.
Has that come down in price?
No. It was $150 for the 3-day pass, and that was the same last.
Did you say $150 for the 3-day pass?
Yeah, they had the gamer pass for the weekend for.
$99
Sunday
for the weekend pass.
Yeah,
the weekend
Friday,
pass.
Saturday is $129, and then just like the normal general admission tickets for the daylight and the twilight, they're $39.95 each.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, and then you got your big ass like your express gamer passes and multiplayer pass and all that kind of stuff. So
now there's no good game.
Expensive. No,
good game's been giving the ass for the Umbilical Brothers or something, isn't it?
Yes.
How does that relate to video games? I don't know. Maybe they play games.
Maybe they do a video game sketch.
I bet they had as good game relate to video games, but yeah, well, shut up, Red.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how it relates to video games. Hex is hot. She's also 4 foot tall, but that's okay.
Yeah, so all the usual stuff's back again. They actually got this year an Adventure Time live stage show, a interactive history museum. They had that last year, with just a few of the old consoles and all that kind of stuff that you can play, and all the big name developers have signed up. So Activision, EA, QVS, who do Turtle Beach and all that kind of stuff, Ubisoft, Bethesda. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. Warner Brothers.
You know who I recommend you go see? John Robertson.
Yes. He's got another news show this year. He's been doing The Dark Room the last couple of years, but he's got a new one called Horror Stories. So
yeah, I want to see that because he's a funny guy. He's quick. What would you describe him as? I'd say he's kind of like a stand-up comedian, entertainer guy. Like he does interactive show with the audience. He's really funny. He's really witty. He's quick. He's pretty good to watch.
And he hosts like the cosplay and all that kind of stuff as well. And
Just Cos, I think it's called.
Yeah, and there's a thing there called the Sydney Brick Show.
The Lego thing.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool to see as well. No robots.
Oh yeah, the Robot Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gone. That's gone now.
Mm. But yeah, that's for anyone that's interested. It is a great expo to go to.
They're going to have laser skirmish there too.
Yeah, they had that last year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. It was out in the wood chopping area.
Dodging cars?
No.
Yeah, they're having dodging cars this year.
That'd be pretty cool. The whole big big
slideshow.
So.
Then at least we all get a free ride.
Yeah. They spend 3/4 of the show broken down.
Sorry.
And they got the bungee bounce thing that they attach you to. You know, you put you in a harness and fling you up in the sky like you're in a slingshot.
Yeah, I've done that before, but all I'd be good for on that now is a freaking counterweight.
All that does is help you stand up more. Help you stand up straight.
I don't have to bend over to pull my socks off. Socks up. Fire!
No, they attach it to you for when they want a lunch break.
So it won't go nowhere.
This is me making fun of you. I'm just joining in. Sorry, it's just. I just wanted to be popular. Sorry.
So we've got the big developers there again. So EA, I'm really, really hoping that they'll have a Battlefront there. So Star Wars Battlefront. And Bethesda, I'm really hoping for maybe Doom. All right, next. That's it on the EB Expo. So.
That's it. Oh, there's going to be Warner Brothers, Nintendo, Bethesda, EA, Activision, Ubisoft, PlayStation, and Xbox One, plus more.
Yep.
All right, next news. Is it back to me? I think it is.
Yep.
Mario Kart 8 is getting a 200cc class for free. Nico, I'm not playing this with you because you beat me every time. But he's the only person I know with a Wii U. So anyway, there's a 200cc class now. The previous maximum class was 150, so a whopping 50 cc's faster than the previous maximum, if you couldn't work that out for yourself. So Nintendo have added like super duper high speeds, which now will require you to use your brakes a little bit more than you have in the past, rather than just flinging around the corners. You'll have to slow down a bit. So there's a little bit more tactics involved and a bit of skill. So that's coming soon for free. It'll be towards the end of this month, around April 23rd. That'll be coming out as part of a free update. There'll also be a DLC pack that comes out along with it that will be paid DLC. So anyone with a Wii U, get on it.
You get the 200cc class, but you get no 200cc cars. They're paid DLC.
No, this is published by Nintendo. You're thinking of insert horribly overpriced video game publisher here.
Ubisoft. No.
They only develop 3 things a year, so they've got plenty of time to work on them. Get them right.
Who made that monster one? Evolve.
2K.
2K.
Yep.
Yeah. You're thinking of 2K. What was it? $22 for one monster?
Yep.
Yeah. Go away. All right, who's got the
Blizzard will give you that for free.
Yeah, but then when you forget your password, you have to give them your firstborn child to get back into the account.
That's right. I got three children you can have at the moment.
You can afford to be locked out 3 times. All right, who's got next news?
Red does.
Go Red.
Right, so we've had a person that's been arrested in a place called Camarillo in California.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. Nice place. Good weather.
For 3 alleged swatting attempts.
Right.
The first one was on January 15. Right, well, I'm not going to be able to quote without alluding to it. It was a 13-year-old. A 13-year-old boy-girl citizen of Camarillo, if you will. So the 13-year-old teen allegedly attempted to swat a rival player. Guess what he was playing?
Counter-Strike. Minecraft.
Minecraft, there we go.
That was Minecraft. I got it in 2.
Swatting over
Minecraft, yeah, you took my diamond, bitch.
It's a bit extreme, isn't it?
Yes, so police quickly identified the call as a hoax and traced it back to Camarillo in California. The next day, the teen allegedly swatted one of his teachers, claiming there were hostages at his household and that would be blown up if a ransom of $30,000 wasn't paid.
30 grand? Well, you know how many M&Ms and Smarties that would be? That'd be sick!
So the response unit quoted the same. We basically surrounded the house. The caller reported there were 10 hostages in the house and demanded 30 grand in cash, or he'll blow up the house. Whenever there is a hostage situation, we activate specialised units to respond. So yeah, nothing too bad came of it, thank God. And the final call was made on the 20th of January. So we got the 15th, the 16th, and the 20th. When the teen swatted a female classmate, she probably wouldn't go to second base. Or she could find second base. So, yes, following the call out...
I wouldn't hold hands, or...
Following the call out, they put this was all coming from the same place. He was then later arrested. And then, due to his age... he was released into his parents' custody and will likely receive probation. Is that fair?
Yeah. What do you think they should do?
I don't know. Like a hex bill? You can fine him for when he's older. He's got to pay back something.
Can he be banned from using any form of technology like they do with the hackers and the people that were doing the DDoS attacks on the Church of Scientology and all that kind of stuff? They were arrested, put in jail, and then when they got out of jail, they weren't allowed to touch a computer for 5 years.
Do you think maybe... Yeah, but he's 13. Do you think maybe mum and dad can fucking pull their finger out of their ass and make sure that he doesn't do any of that shit?
Maybe they should have pulled the finger out of the ass before he did it the first time.
But I thought you were going to say preconception.
Oh. No, but if it wasn't the arse.
Should have ended up as a brown stain on the mattress.
It wasn't the arse that was the problem. Preconception. No, listen. If it was any of my children, it'll make it sound like I've got more than one. But if my child did that after school, the kid would sit in front of me all day until they went to bed.
Yep.
Unless I was taking a shit or something, that'd be weird.
Around, yeah.
But that kid would not leave mine or my wife's sight. And that would go on for quite a while because the trust would be absolutely gone. There'd be no iPads, there'd be no iPhones, no consoles, no anything with internet access. You can read a magazine or you're colouring in books and that's it. Oh, 13-year-old. I'm talking my kid's 6, so that's why I'm saying colouring in books. Imagine if my 6-year-old was swatting. That'd be crazy.
Swatted one of her classmates with Olmo.
Right, my apple for their bloody roll up.
Yeah, so yeah, I would put my foot down and that kid would be like it was in jail.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Something we can have a bit of a talk about. There's lots of different reports floating around the internet, so I'm not going to directly quote any of them in individuality, but there's seemingly a big crackdown from primary schools and secondary schools about children under 18 playing the games like GTA, Gears of War, Call of Duty. So I think one of the extremes where they were going to go to children's services or social services or whatever there is. But yeah, what do you guys reckon? Should the teachers in the schools and the people in positions where they look after children, should they really be involved to the point where there's going to be allegations and claims and finger pointing, or does it come back to what the parent allows?
Yep. Well, no and yes.
Yes.
So no to the first thing, yes to what you just said. No, I don't think teachers and other people's should be reporting them to what we would call I don't know what it is, if it's nationwide or statewide, but the Department of Community Services, or DOCS.
DOCS, yeah.
No, I don't think that a kid playing an adult video game is worthy of reporting.
A lot of serious cases. You're correct.
Like what's reported to those services are when a kid is in risk of serious harm or immediate
neglect. Yeah.
That's stuff like violence, neglect, hunger, hygiene, and things like that. The mental abuse, I guess it could come down to that, but I don't think a video game or movies or TV shows falls under that category. I think that's just fuck. If the parents don't give a fuck, then that's the end. If they're going to let them play Grand Theft Auto, okay, that's just how your kid's going to be. Whatever effect that it has on them, whether they start swearing at an earlier age, or whatever. That's their lives. That's what's going to happen. That's what I think anyway. What do you reckon, Red?
Me?
Yeah. No, no. I was talking to Sean. I like calling him Red every now and then.
I bet you do. I bet you do. When you're in full embrace as well, hey?
Yeah. There's usually spanking noises involved.
Yeah, now roll over and roll me a smoke.
Oh, LewkOne, can you call me Red?
Chef will do. Red Chef, get me right off.
Aaron, what do you think?
Oh, shit. I'd be hypocritical if I said, oh yeah, good on him, dob him in, because I'd be one of the people being dobbed in, you know?
Yes.
You know, one of my favourite pastimes, playing zombies on COD with my son. But, like, to throw it in context, yes, I do play some first-person shooters with my boy, and he knows who Trevor and Franklin and Michael are, and stuff like that. But when I
say something quickly, Red, Call of Duty isn't R18.
No, I know, but it's MA15.
Okay.
It's just been quoted in this story. That's why I brought it up. But there's games like Bloodborne that I got, and The Evil Within that I've got. And I've told my boys specific, because they're allowed to come out and play the PlayStation every now and again. They're very lucky in this generation. And, not to play these. And I was talking to my wife yesterday, when she come off night shift. She was a little bit more lucid. And I showed her Bloodborne. I said, she was hanging some watching out or whatever. She was probably fearing a backhand or something. And because it's just conveniently placed the whatever you call it, the horse thing that you hang clothes on. Is conveniently
is it a clothes horse, maybe?
Clothes horse, there we go. We'll go with that one. It's conveniently located next to the heater that's in the room for me. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Anyway, I said, check this out, Darren. This is what Luke hooked me up with, and this is what we're playing at the moment. Check it out, rah. And I said, now this is a game that the kids aren't allowed to play. I build general awareness in the household. They're not allowed to touch them. I put them in a separate section on the shelf, and they're just not allowed to play it. And I've let my kids do different things. They've watched movies, like my kids watch all the Marvel movies, and I think most of them are M. And my daughter just recently finished watching the first season of The Walking Dead, so I've been led to believe. She come and pinch the Blu-ray.
Clarify your kids' ages too.
My daughter is 10, my son is 8, and Lewis is 6.
Right.
So, yeah, my youngest didn't need to play GTA to turn around T to get fucked. That's my fault. Not that he would. No, they're all really good kids, and based on that, it is really our decision as a parent to mould our children to be the model citizens that we want them to be, if you know what I mean. Like 90% of the decisions are made by them, but we're just laying the foundations out, and they all know this is pretend and this is not real and it's all fallacy. Iron Man doesn't exist. And you don't just go around picking up guns off the ground and shooting people, and zombies aren't real. So I actually think the sooner you can ingrain them with the concept of fiction and non-fiction, then as soon as they can tell the difference, then why not? It's all a form of entertainment at the end of the day, really, anyway. And it is the 21st century.
What about you, Sean?
Well, I've got very differing views on you both. I think that, what, I really don't think that you need to go as far as reporting children to child services and all that kind of stuff for these kind of things. But certain games that are 18 rated, like I'm not really that fussed on M rated games because I think that a lot of things get M ratings just for silly reasons. But when it comes down to like R18 games, which are true adult games, I think that I don't think they're appropriate for people under 18. Like there's rules for over 18 for drinking and for purchasing cigarettes and stuff like that there. And if you purchase it for an underage person, then there's repercussions that come with that as well. And I think that it should be the same for video games too. If there's rules for some things and not for others, like there's hardcore pornography that you can go and buy at a store or get online or whatever like that there, which is rated over 18 kind of things. I believe that...
I just want to clarify something here. Sean, Your opinion is exactly the same as mine. It's not different to mine.
Okay.
You said that you've got a different opinion to mine and Red?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
A differing is for and against.
No, well, it sounds exactly the same as mine. Keep going.
Okay. But yeah, I just think that if over 18 things are there to keep the children safe from this kind of material, and I believe that, if you're going to be handing out R18 material to young kids, then why not hand them a packet of cigarettes, and why not hand them alcohol as well, because they're over 18 products too.
Okay, now we've got a different opinion.
Yeah.
Because I think alcohol and cigarettes are completely fucking different to a video game. Now, I think yes, I would never let my child play an R18 game. Not now. But yeah, reporting them to a government service for them being in danger, no, I think that's ridiculous. That needs to be reserved for shit that actually is serious. I mean, a lot of people say as it is that, these services don't do enough. Imagine if we threw more criteria in their hands about bloody video games and TV shows and movies. That's just, I think that's nonsense. But in saying that, if I reckon I'd probably draw the line at around 16. If I had a 16-year-old that wanted to play an R18 game and I thought they were quite mature, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But younger, I'd probably definitely not.
I think this is based on schools that are for like primary aged children as well.
100% primary school aged children, in my opinion, should not play them. But that's just how I'll treat my children. I won't judge you if you do let your kids that are in primary school play the video games. And look, and Red, I've spoken to your kids. I've heard them before. They are respectful children. They're a pain in the ass sometimes. You go off at them. That's fair enough. They're kids. But they are respectful children. And I don't hear them swearing. I only hear them shouting and shit. I don't hear them carrying on like lunatics like they do in Grand Theft Auto or anything like that. They are respectful children and they do what they're told. And that has all to do with your parenting with them playing certain games.
Yep.
A lot of the problems come from the children that are just left to their devices and aren't parented.
Need to explain to children as well what the context of something is.
Yep.
Yeah, as soon as they can.
If they don't understand what's going on, then it's not like, well, it would sound a bit old, but it's not like when we were younger and playing video games where the worst thing you kind of had was, I don't know, maybe Carmageddon.
Carmageddon, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Or even to a lesser extent like Doom or the original Grand Theft Auto and that. They're nothing like looking at things today where you get games like Sniper Elite where you're physically seeing a bullet go through somebody's head that is quite graphic. And the graphic nature of Grand Theft Auto with the first scene that you meet Trevor.
Yeah, but is the realism relative, though? Is Carmageddon back in our day, is that not just as realistic as the games are today, relatively speaking?
Yeah, because that's the best we had.
That's right. That was the most realistic thing. I think they were hard-hitting games. Like Carmageddon, you were running over humans. You were killing human beings. That was hard-hitting shit. I think the difference is today is that we're a lot more educated and we know about the shit that's going on in video games. Whereas back then, my parents, if I said to my mum, hey, Carmageddon, she's like, what? What's that? What's a video game?
A car racing game.
That's it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't know. My parents wouldn't know. Sucked into our parents. We're going to fucking know more about the video games than them.
Yeah.
My mum and dad banned me from watching Bart Simpson.
Really? There was a Bart Simpson show?
Well, Simpsons.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Because Bart Simpson. Sorry.
Smart.
With him, and I'm like, yeah, well, you're not going to find out about South Park, are you?
Oh, one of my really good friends growing up wasn't allowed to watch Gladiators and Home and Away. Gladiators had too many butt shots, and Home and Away had too many girls in bikinis.
Loads of violence and sexual references.
That's it. Oh, well, that's three, slightly different opinions there from three different blokes. That's pretty good conversation, that one.
Yeah.
But any more news or any more to say on that?
No, I just as a closing point, just be responsible for your kids, and you only get one crack at really moulding an adolescent brain. So do what you think's right, and if you're unsure, then it's probably not right.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Or if you're doubly not sure and you're still not sure if you're right or wrong, just Google it.
Yeah, or ask
for other people's opinions.
Yeah, get your friends to tell you. Don't Google it. That's dumb.
Yeah. I've like that though. I've done the things where I've spoken about before, where I've been in JB Hi-Fi and advised a parent against getting GTA 5 for a younger kid, and then also getting yelled at on PSN because I was getting annihilated on Call of Duty by a kid that sounded like he was about 8, and I think he was 8. And then I told him that I was going to report him to PlayStation because he shouldn't be playing the game, and he cried, and then his dad yelled at me.
It was so mean.
Yeah.
All right, any more news?
Nah.
All right, well, I guess, Sean, you don't have any more, do you?
No.
All right.
It's not. Yeah.
Well, then, let's play a quick game. What segment is next?
What's that sound?
I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
All right, so last week's What's That Sound, you guys didn't get it, and you guys really wanted to know, and I never told you. Did you see what some of the answers were on the page? Yes. So you know what it is now?
Yes.
Yes, do.
What is it?
The GameCube startup?
That's correct! So we use that at the end of every episode as well, so that's good for you guys to know, where you're...
using a startup sound at the end. That's what threw us off.
Wow! Mind blown. That shit's just crazy. I'm just waiting for somebody to put that meme on Reddit.
Yeah.
And then for heaps of downvotes and horrible comments about not posting it right, not commenting right. OP did this, OP did... Fuck you, Reddit! Wrong segment, right? We're doing What's That Sound? Alright, so it was the GameCube sound. Shall we get this sound? This week's sound out of the way? Alright. Listen carefully and intently. I want you guys to answer this one correctly. Hold your tongue, Sean. Do you know what it is, Sean?
I think I do. It was very, very light, though.
We couldn't hear it.
Quiet.
Oh, yeah. Good excuse. Good way to get me to play it again for you.
No, just a bit louder.
A bit louder. Do you want me to recreate it?
Well, when you said listen intently, I closed my eyes and started concentrating, and I was expecting a... Oh, Last of Us!
Alright, have another listen.
Yeah, I reckon I know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I reckon I know what it is.
Huh? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what
Sean just wanted to quickly say it first. But, yeah, that is correct. I thought you'd get it, Sean.
It's very moment relative, too.
Yeah, so that's it. If you think you know what that sound is for this week, it should be easy. Should be. All right, if you think you know what that sound is, then send us a message to our Facebook page and tell us what you think it is. If you're correct, you go into a draw. So you got all week to get your answer in after the week closes. So on Saturday night, midnight, any of those answers between then and the release of the podcast, you go into a draw, you get picked out. If you win, you get a free game, and I'll contact you and let you know that you've won. A couple of games giveaway this week. That's it. That's our show.
Well, now that we're at the end of this week's show, please head on over to Google at www.google.com.au and type in Aussie Gamers Express. You'll be able to find us on Facebook, Twitch, and our blog at aussiegamersexpress.blogspot.com.au.
Doesn't that come up on the...
If you want to do it the long way, go to Facebook, www.facebook.com/AussieGamers2012. Go to Twitter at AussieGamers12. Aussie Gamers TV at Twitch TV. Search for us on Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and iTunes to download this podcast directly to the device of your choice, your smartphones, your tablets, your PC. This is the easiest and quickest way of listening to this podcast instead of downloading it through the Podcast Garden site. Get the apps for Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and iTunes. Don't forget to subscribe to us. Leave a comment on what you think of the show, and that'll help us build it up a bit more and start trending. Also, head on over to YouTube and search Aussie Gamers Express on there, and you will find all of our latest videos and all that kind of stuff. If you want to send a snail mail, go to PO Box 130, Cranebrook, New South Wales 2749. I don't know why I keep on saying go there, because you can't go there because it's a little box in the wall. Send your shit there.
Well, it's kind of because you're on a roll saying go to www.
Yeah.
But you're not actually going to this place because it's a physical address rather than a web address.
Yes.
I'm struggling to find the website podcast game.
What?
When you listen to it back again, instead of instead of downloading it from the podcast site.
Podcast. Yeah, I just had a mini stroke in the middle.
Oh, would have been wicked had you have known.
Had I had a stroke? I don't think that would have been wicked.
Condone Tourette's, and you could have done that whole spiel with Tourette's.
Sean, no stroking on the page, on the podcast. Get your hand off it, all right?
Well, I'm not wearing pants.
I am this time, and I'm regretting it because I'm starting to sweat. Feel the gravy dripping down my legs.
Fuck. All our spells add farts.
Yes. All right, that'll do.
Yeah.
There's a few to edit out there and beep and delete and all that sort of shit. That was pretty cool. Thanks everyone for listening. I've been LewkOne.
I've been Thorncliff.
I've been red. He's been Cass.
And he's been Cass, yes. Nice one.
Bobby. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's all keen. He's been a good boy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's going to molest you when you come down.
Alright. Does he want to be on the podcast next week?
Doesn't need invitation by the sounds of things.
Nah, he can be on the podcast this week.